today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's a New Year's Day edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away, and we are underway from Cincinnati. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 69 yards.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
And that'll be incomplete. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 4. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rivers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moss. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Rivers now from the 50. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
Yeah, he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Again, it's Rivers.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. On play action, Rivers. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing Rivers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rivers.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 19.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession.
They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Lawrence to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off at the 28. Then he'll take this back down inside the 20. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That
Thank
means
you.
2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Finding some room at midfield. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 10-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll go right back to the ground with Portis. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After after a turnover, I feel like I might have him a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
After one on EA Sports. Now the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4. This is 3rd and 11. Now Rip. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. Interesting stat line right now. And technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again. And he pulls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, wherever he is on the field, he is certainly slippery with a football in his hands, and he proved it right there.
And normally moves like that aren't supposed to work this deep in the red zone because there's not enough space. Normally way more effective when you're working out in the open field. But here, incredible shiftiness, excellent contact balance, and he works his way into the end zone.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says, okay, let's do a few of the shorter throws, quick rhythm throws where the ball's out of his hand quickly into a receiver before the defense can react. Maybe not take so many shots downfield, just in case. Get your confidence back up, and then later on, you expand the targets again.
The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid, right?
I love it. I love it.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They'll run on third down with Portis. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lawrence. Drops this one off to Portis. So no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Lawrence toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. On the give, here's Portis. And he'll go down at the 28.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Clayton. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They hand it off to Portis. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Six yards left on 2nd down. Now a carry for Portis. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. 85 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0 our score. They'll try and run for it here with Portis. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Lawrence will throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead is down to a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have anything.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Cameron Hayward, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Now he's having himself a little bit of a banner game. His team right now, though, losing.
Needs a little bit of help, and I kind of equate it to a basketball game where you have the big score. And sometimes your strategy is, okay, he can go ahead and have all of his points. Let's hold down everyone else, and that's the way you win the game. And right now, he needs everyone else to start scoring, quote-unquote, as he's been.
Yeah, and he's hoping to keep it close so maybe they can keep it on the ground, not start to go through the air as much. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
For a tight end, he's got good straight-line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, Lawrence, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The To throw again is Lawrence. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Hurst. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this score will stay right where it is. Distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start in the Motor City. Detroit playing host to Green Bay in an NFC North matchup, and they have gone to the half with the Lions out on top. Matthew Stafford, a touchdown pass in that first half. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Henry Ruggs, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Jake Fromm has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he returns this to the 22.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a first down right out of the gate.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
Here's Portis. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A run with Portis. He juked him. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it here with Portis. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, no takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So they come away from this opening drive in the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half.
And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Official loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rivers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brooks. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Rivers to throw it. Well, he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a
just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, You got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. To throw, Rivers.
These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with the victory in that one. So they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati.
The first down throw here for Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10.
Rivers now. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And they give this time to the tailback. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Rivers. The throw finding its target, the tight end Horsted.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Third quarter of action.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Rivers on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here. 2nd and 8. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 43-yard line.
104 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They will look for some important yardage on 3rd down. From here, it would be a 60-yard boot. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
And that is caught. It's Ridley. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
His 7th touchdown on the ground and 9th overall.
And the Ravens have taken the lead.
So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. That time a 6-play drive, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
And now they'll look to aim behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here.
First down, Rivers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just. To throw is Rivers. That one complete to Horsted. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Rivers. He finds his man complete. It's Brooks.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Here comes Reed. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. On one hand, as we look at some of his struggles with the 3 interceptions, he's got to be upset. On the other hand, they're still winning this game.
So how does he take care of the ball the rest of the game? That's what his teammates are interested in because they pick things up for him throughout. You got to look over the defensive side, the kicking game. Those guys have made it work for him. Now his goal, not mess up anything else down the stretch.
Yeah, forget about those 3 picks. Move on.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 36,
Rivers. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Rivers.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Johnson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked off down near the 5.
And the Ravens have just about sewn up this football game.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. So now the Bengals down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Here's Rivers. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Ravens,
they get a critical 10th win on the year with one game left to go.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.